Editions in my home. It's the Rastelli's Reserve Filet Mignon. They come with the most delicious garlic roasted herb butter. You're getting 10 of the 5-ounce fillets. This company is celebrating 47 years of being our neighborhood butcher. They source from small family farms.
We do.
And then provide these beautiful steaks to the finest steakhouses across the globe. In fact, they provide the steak to the only 7-star steakhouse in the whole entire world. These are aged 45 days versus 28-day average, cut by expert butchers, and then individually vacuum sealed.
That's right.
And ready to go for the most decadent celebration or just that date night at home. M93038 is your item number. You're getting all 10 of the 5 ounces plus the butter, not for $338, which is our if purchased separately value, because not even including the butter, these should be $33.80 each, and that's what they are on the Rastelli website. This works out to less than $17 each.
You're right. And I want you to think about going to dinner and having a great filet mignon steak dinner. You're not having it for $17.
You're not
right?
having it for anywhere near $17.
Especially this quality filet mignon. So this is all black Angus beef. We start with a whole filet mignon or a tenderloin. That's what we're looking at here on this board. And all we do is we take the very center cut portion, which you're looking at right here. So these two steaks, and we'll get one more. The culinary team was kind enough to cut this for me ahead of time. But this steak is the king of all steaks.
Look at that.
It's that perfect filet mignon steak. It should have no fat, no gristle, anything like that on it. And it's one of the easiest steaks to prepare. So if you're gonna have an incredible family dinner this meal, or this holiday, excuse me, like I'm sure so many of us will, this is really the steak to do it with.
It is, and it's why I gift it every year. My in-laws are getting this as well. I keep telling what they're getting this year. I love my in-laws, so they're
hopefully
like,
they're not watching.
I love food as a gift. There's certain people, like, they would appreciate a beautiful meal, and in this case, since there's only 2 of them,
Right.
like, how many, 5 meals? Then something that, you know, is just an item. They would much rather have a beautiful
Absolutely.
meal like this. So we gift it every year. We also get a set for ourselves, and we usually have it on New Year's or sometime throughout the holidays when all of the kids are home, and every single kid in my house loves filet mignon. I call this the quiet meal because as soon as everybody starts eating, nobody's talking because they're enjoying it so much.
You're exactly right. It really is the quiet meal. And one of the things we're giving you with this filet mignon, first and foremost, again, that black Angus beef, 45-day aged. You're going to absolutely love the quality of the meat.
Look at
but we're going to give you a little secret that most great restaurants do. They take garlic and herb butter, just like we have here that we're going to give you. This comes with your filet mignon steaks, just like this. All you're going to do after you cook your steak, let that steak rest for about 3 to 4 minutes. Take a dollop of this butter, rest it on top, and that's what the great steakhouses do. They actually put butter on top of the steak, and as it's on its way to you at your table, that butter is just melting throughout the filet, and
so you
have that
get the
beautiful
butter,
taste.
you also get the steak,
right.
the seasoning that comes along with it. Now,
You
when
do.
do you put okay, so how do we do
Great
these
question.
the best?
Yes, so every in-steak is going to come to you individually vacuum packaged, just like you see here. And that vacuum packaging is locking out all the bacteria, making sure this steak stays incredibly fresh, just like the day we cut it. And it's going to last this way for 18 months. But when you get this at home, put this in your refrigerator. It's going to last in your refrigerator for 10 to 12 days in a refrigerated state, right? So you can put it in your refrigerator a few days before the holiday or whenever you're going to eat it. But when you're ready to use this, take it out. Get it to room temperature. That's one of the biggest things we always tell our guests when they come into the butcher shop. Get that steak to room temperature because getting it to room temp is going to allow it to cook much faster, like this one is here that we're doing. I mean, we've only had this on for about 1.5 minutes, and you're going to do it maybe 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Put that butter on top, just like I'm going to do now.
Decadent and delicious.
And that is truly it. I mean, it's that simple.
Now, you can have this shipped out to you immediately, or you can wait a little bit longer and do it on the 11th of December.
Right.
And have this for that holiday meal. Bill to ship to is something that we love to talk about here because you may not even be seeing someone for the holidays, or maybe you're going to see someone and you send it ahead of time and then that is the gift. So they get the bill. They get the
yes, you get the
beautiful
bill,
gift.
they
you
get
the
the
bill.
gift.
Yeah, and look at it. I mean, the way it comes, it's so beautifully packaged.
It really is beautifully packaged. It's packed in our Black Reserve box. And in addition to that, every one of them is going to come with this card like you see here, which is a nice little gift card. So whether you're buying this for yourself, it is a great gift for yourself, or if you're sending it to somebody, what better gift to give than the gift of food, right? It brings us all together at the holidays. And when you put filet mignon in that spot, your friends and your family are going to love it.
And it's not something you treat yourself to very often. I mean, how often do you go to an actual steakhouse? By the way, once you have this at home, unless you want that experience of having the steakhouse, you're going to a steakhouse, you're never going to go again, because this is probably the exact same steak that you would pay
we serve
3 times as much for at the steakhouse.
You're exactly right. And we serve so many great restaurants all throughout the country. And this is the same quality product that they buy, right? The restaurants and the chefs have come to love Black Angus beef because it's known for consistently delivering a great tender eating experience. And this steak is no different. I mean, I want you to see this one here. It's cooked to that perfect medium rare. Oh, I'm losing it a little bit. Perfect medium rare, but even if you're someone who loves your steak well done, it's still going to be a great steak because it's tender, right? It's tender, and that's what most folks want to have when they're eating steak. Come on in.
These should be $33.80
Here's a knife, a fork. Excuse me, I'll cut you a little slice.
I need
here.
a little piece because I just had my tooth redone.
I heard you talking about.
So
it
I need to chew on the side of my mouth.
Well, it looks great.
Well, good thing that it's filet because it's incredibly tender. It's the most tender, right?
You're exactly right. You know what?
Oh my!
I know.
Thank you.
It melts in your mouth.
Thank you.
Tender.
I just caught mine with the fork.
Our kids love this steak.
Oh my goodness!
Mainly because of what you just said, how tender it is, right? Our kids don't want to deal with something that's tough.
Maybe
she's holding on to me.
Maybe just a little bit more.
A little bit more. Oh, let's jump in. Here, I got to get you actually some of the butter to go with it. So let me
you
put
do a
some of
little
this
butter on top.
Okay. We'll put a little bit of butter with it.
That's what the steakhouses do.
Typically that'll melt. That's garlic and herb butter.
Thank you.
And then we're giving you that Rastelli signature seasoning, which is just a little blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and really everything you need. When you have a steak like this, it's a great quality steak, you don't need to cover it with sauces and everything else. That garlic and herb butter just gives it a little bit more of that garlic flavor, right?
Something just happened.
Thank you. Yes. But,
look at these perfect portions, too.
I know.
Right, and that's really nice. They're 5 ounces. Again, you're going to eat from one end to the other because there's no fat. There should be no fat on this steak. If you get a steak like this with fat, call QVC and send it back.
We talked about it earlier. Protein, protein, protein. It's so important. So lean into the good stuff. This is it.
This is the good stuff. And it should be $33 each. It works out to $17. If you want the immediate, we have 750 remaining. And if you want the December 11th ship date, just a few more. This is on auto delivery, so you want to get $338 worth for $168 or an easy pay of $33.60. You can do that.
Collection.
I know, isn't it gorgeous? Every 90 days for a year, you can lock in that price.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's such a
guys.
treat. Well, this is fun.
That was fun. If you missed anything, go to QVC.com. Remember, we have